Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Mindset in the Morning. This is Diane Hockman here with the scintillating, fabulous, gorgeous, stunning, lovely, and an excellent cook, Kathy Heath.
Good morning. Going to be a better cook very, very soon when my new stove gets here.
Exactly, and we're all invited for dinner, I'll have you all know. She lives in Perrysburg, Ohio. Go find her.
I'm easy to find.
It is 10 a.m. Eastern, Kathy. You know what I just figured out? I am live from Bristol, Connecticut today, but the rest of the week I'm going to be in Dallas. And guess what time it is in Dallas right now?
It's 9 o'clock.
Yeah, and you know how much I love doing calls before 10 a.m., don't you?
Oh, yeah, but you know, that's when some of your best stuff comes out because you're not filtered.
Yeah, I'm a little delusional. All right.
Yep.
So tomorrow I will be on a plane. Kathy will be here giving you some insight and incredible stuff as she always does, and then I'll try to be here the rest of the week. If I'm not here, I'll assign someone and I'll get someone. Now I'll be here. Going out to
I have
Dallas.
a big surprise tomorrow, too.
You have a big surprise tomorrow?
Uh-huh. And I'm not telling.
Ooh. Well, this sounds exciting. So let's get down to it, guys. You know, it's funny. I've mentioned to you guys before that in the mornings a lot of times I get up and I have a little tea and this and that, and then I kind of walk along my bookshelf and I put my hand along it and I see if a book jumps off the shelf at me, and when it does I open up to a page and I see if anything speaks to me, you know, to see what washes over me. And then sometimes nothing does, or I read some stuff and I can make something up. But when I do these calls, I like to go into state. I like to go into flow. I like to just tap into a part of me that wouldn't be tapped if I just read to you from a book or just talked about any old thing that I read. I certainly could quote Jim Rohn and do a very nice call, and many people would love it. But that's not what I like to do for Mindset in the Morning. I like to go into a place where something just comes pouring out of the depths of me. And so sometimes I ask people to say a word. And we did that this morning as people were coming on. If you're listening to the recording, you know, at 9:52, we always get together a little early. And I find that a lot of times when people say a word, either it hits something in me and it makes something come out, or it reminds me of the state of society. And that's exactly what happened to me this morning. Guys, I want to explain something to you. We all come from the womb, and we are all absolutely and stunningly equal in every way, shape, and form. We are essence, we are potential, we are possibility. And then we go into the world, and the world starts to mold us, and our subconscious mind starts to get molded, and we are given messages, and we go through school, and we are told all kinds of things. Now, I don't know about you, but me and Bert, we were told we talk too much. Maybe you were told you're not diligent. Maybe you were told you can't sit still. Maybe Kathy, what they say about you? What was wrong with you?
I either was talking too much or I was staring out the window daydreaming.
Yeah, so there was obviously and clearly something wrong with you, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because there was definitely something wrong with me. I was told very, very often. I wasn't just told by my teachers, but I was told by all the people that loved me most. They would remind me. And you know what? As a parent, I have to admit, we do it to our kids too. We can't help it. Last night we were doing it. We got home from something and we were bugging our 17-year-old about how she didn't do this and she didn't do that and what was wrong with her. So when we open up a home business, what happens is we are battling a trove of messages, and depending on how old you are, I was 32 when I started. I'm going to be 47 very soon. My birthday holiday season is upon us. Feel free to start planning ahead because it gets very crowded. Oh, is it a month from today? It is. I guess it is. It gets very crowded at the mall close to my birthday. So you want to... It is the holiday shopping season. It's the other holiday. It's like the other white meat. It's the other holiday. So I'm being sarcastic because I really should have given up birthdays by now. But depending on how old you were when you started and depending on how much stuff you let get at you and let get into you during your life is the battle that you're facing. And whenever I ask people about, okay, I'm going to change it up. When you were a little kid, Kathy, when you were a little kid, what was your favorite game to play? What did you love to do?
What did I love to do?
Yeah, like if I said to you it's Saturday afternoon, we can do whatever you want. What did you want to do?
I would want to play house and be a mommy.
Yep, so play house and be a mommy with your baby dolls and with your pots and your pans or whatever you had. Yep. My house, we were broke, so we used real pots and pans. Some kids have a cool kitchen center or whatever. So you wanted to play house and be a mommy. Okay? Mm-hmm. Another kid wanted to go to the park and run around and play soccer or play baseball or play football. Another kid was a baseball card freak. My husband was a baseball card. Yesterday he was contemplating, somebody was walking by with a case. He was contemplating how good it would be to carry baseball cards. He's almost 50 years old. You know, he's like, my baseball cards would go good in there. So everybody had something they loved to do. And let me ask you guys a question. Did you have to try to play at any of that stuff? Did you have to try? Did you have to be positive to play at that stuff? Did you need inspiration? Did you need motivation? Did you need to think about your intention? Did you need to multitask to play your stuff? Did you need to do any of these things?
Nope.
And the answer is no. Because it was who you were, it was what you love, and maybe when you were even in high school, you still had a sense of that. And some people as adults retain part of that part of themselves. Some guys, like my dad's a golfer and a hunter and a fisherman, okay? My father would do anything to get out of our house, to go in the spring play golf, and in the wintertime and in the fall go hunting and fishing. Well, fishing in the spring, okay? So I'm like, it's opening day soon. So my father would come up, Kathy, I mean, it's comical when I think back on it, about the things that he would do to get to go play his games that he loved. Now, my mother, on the other hand, lost all her joy and bliss and had no games. There was nothing my mother liked to do. Nothing. I mean, seriously, like you go to shop for her birthday or Christmas. There's nothing my mother likes. My father, on the other hand, likes everything. I don't know. What do you want to get Daddy for his birthday? I don't know. Here's 40 different things we could get him. What do you want to get Mommy for her birthday? I don't know. She doesn't like anything. My mother lost that essence. My father retained it. Okay? Now, let's get to your business. Most people, when they enter their home business, and I want to help you change your thought process today, because if you do, your whole result pattern will change. Everything about your business will change. When we enter our business, I entered my business, and I admit it wholeheartedly, that when I entered my business, I was broke, and I entered to make some extra money. Okay, and most of us do. So a lot of times, I always correct people when they get upset with people that are just trying to make money. As we've moved further along in our career, we'll look at someone like that and maybe judge them. But the truth is, that's how I got started. Kathy, did you get started to just make money,
Absolutely.
or did you not? I don't know what you got started for.
Absolutely.
So many of us, and in fact maybe you're in that situation today right now, you got started to make some extra money. But what happened to me over a fairly short period of time was that I fell in love. And my work became my play. I fell in love. I loved going to the events. I loved going to meetings. I loved getting on the calls. I loved hanging out with all my buddies that were in business with me. I loved everything about it. I used to listen to the recordings over and over and over and over because I loved them. And here's a funny thing that happens. When you figure out how to fall in love, and I just accidentally erased half of these words. Oh, no, I didn't. You don't need perseverance when you're in love. Think about when you were in love in high school and you had that crush. You didn't need to persevere and go, I'm going to look for her at her locker again today. I needed to persevere. I mean, maybe you needed to persevere to potentially get a date with her. Okay, I'll buy that. But as far as getting yourself to keep going on loving that guy or that girl, you didn't have to. You didn't have to have commitment. See, guys, when you love your business, you don't have to have commitment to it, and that's the thing that's so interesting. Okay, you ever meet, some people like to call them gurus, whatever. Sometimes people call me a guru, which I think is hysterical because I'm just a housewife sitting here in some fuzzy slippers right now. The difference between the people that go all the way and the ones that get mad at the ones that go all the way is the ones that all go all the way fell in love. Mm-hmm. They fell in love. So therefore, it didn't feel like work staying up late at night. It didn't feel like work writing that letter. It didn't feel like work meeting one more person to share the good news about what you were up to. It didn't feel like work to do another. I'm doing 3 calls today, 3 shows. Monday, 3 shows, live, Hockman. 3 shows on Mondays. And everyone's like, what, are you crazy? No, there's people that need help. There's people to share with. There's things to do. There's things to say. I need to teach a whole industry. I'm delusional. That's when the objections go away. the need for conviction goes away. The need for diligence goes away. The need for inspiration. You become the inspiration. You don't need to seek it. You are it. And some of you are going, I feel that way. Then you just need to open up your wings and fly and become that person that people look to. And you'll see your business changes almost overnight. The objections go away, the problems, the this, the that, they disappear. But for those of you that are thinking, how do I become that? You have to tap in to your deepest desires. Oh gosh, she's going to talk about what my why is. I'm so sick and tired of people talking about my why. My why is I want to pay my freaking mortgage so they don't take my house away. You know what? That was my why. It was a good why.
Yeah.
It was a really good why when I was starting out. And I'm not kidding. You think I'm exaggerating. I wanted to feed my family.
Yeah.
But later, the why, the deepest passion, it becomes you figuring out who you were back when you were a kid. Who was that little guy or girl that absolutely loved something, and how do you put that back into your life? What could making a great living in your home business give you? What could you be doing? Who could you be? Where could you travel? What is it that you love? Because I promise you, if you hang out with me, okay, there's a whole bunch of you on the line here today. In fact, good number. If you hang out with me, now maybe you're here the first time and you're like, what the heck did they send me to? Welcome to Mindset in the Morning. But for the rest of you that have been hanging around here, some of you guys have been hanging around for months. Some of you guys have been hanging around for years. Some of you guys that are on here today have been hanging around for more than 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, what is it that beyond the money, maybe this is what we'll call the call, I don't know, beyond the money, what is it beyond the money that you seek? For me, it was I couldn't be in the box. I could not be in the box. I liked my job. I could not be in the box. I could not go pee-pee when they told me I was allowed to go pee-pee. I could not stay late if they told me I had to stay late. I could not show up at time in the morning when they told me I had to be there. It seemed to me, I don't know, this is me. I thought it was stupid. I show up at 8:30. None of the kids show up. I was a student activities director. I show up at 8:30 because that's when I have to be there. None of the kids are there till later. Why do I have to come in at 8:30? The kids hang around later anyway. Why don't I come in from like 9:30 to 5:30 instead of 8:30 to 4:30? Why not? Because it makes more sense. It serves the kids better. No, that's not how we work. It makes sense to me. Mm-hmm. I thought that was weird. Mm-hmm. Why do we do it this way? Why don't we do it the other way? I was the kid and the employee that always asked the questions. I was the one that said, well, people don't like that. Why don't we do what the people like? Why don't we give the people what they like? Why don't we serve everybody better? No, we don't do it that way. We are the state of Connecticut. This is how we work. And so, after a couple of years, I got myself pregos so I could have an excuse to get out of a job. And it worked. Of course, then I ran us broke, and then I had to figure out something to do to make money. And here we are today. If you spend time asking yourself, how do I get more committed? The answer is find that spot in you. How do I have perseverance to see it through? The answer is to find that spot in you. How do I get more convicted? The answer is to find that spot in you. How do I get more diligent? Guys, diligence is such a word. It has such a connotation to it. You're not very diligent. You have to be diligent. Just the feeling of that word is like icky to me. When you love it, you just do it. Mm-hmm. How do I multitask? You don't. You just do it. I cook dinner and do business calls every night. Hasn't hurt me yet. You double task. You do what you got to do. How do I get more positive? Come to Mindset in the Morning, among other things. Listen to things over and over and over. Get a book. Do you have a Kindle on your cell phone? Do you have a Kindle on your iPad? Do you have a Kindle everywhere with books that are going to enhance you? How do I get inspired? Stop looking to be inspired and become the inspiration. My mentor said to me one day, he said, when will you stop needing the tapes and become the tapes? Because I was obsessed with listening to tapes. He knew it. When will you stop needing the tapes? And when will you become the tapes. That blew me away because I didn't know I was allowed to. So here's how we'll close. I want you to go back, and I want you to think about that little kid. And I want you to think about the joy and the bliss and the fun and what made you happy, happy, happy. And I want you to find that person again and bring them to your business. Because I promise you, when you move to the next plane, none of the struggles that you're feeling today exist. I know that sounds so trite and full of baloney, but the objections go away. The struggles go away. You're going to want to write a letter. You're going to want to cut a video. You're going to want to do a call when you go to that next plane, when you find that kid and you become him or her again. Guys, this has been Mindset in the Morning. We're here 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday for this run that we're doing right now. We look forward to seeing you each and every day. Please feel free to bring people down. We are here to build your mind, build your income, and change your life altogether. We'll see you guys later. Take care.